I am ready to change the oil on the Super 10, and I am going to try and change the oil without removing the bash plate. So on this bike, it has a really beefy bash plate from SW Motec, and you can still reach the filter and the 2 drain bolts. That's right, this has got 2 drain bolts. I'm running the bike right now just to kind of heat it up, and I'm going to turn it off. It's a 12 millimeter, and in this plate they did a pretty interesting thing. They put 2 holes where those 2 drain plugs are. So it's interesting that this S10 has got 2 drain plugs. Now I have a drain pan underneath and a piece of plastic. 12 millimeter socket, gonna help. Yep. There we go. And here we go. Oh, that is pretty nice. It's not getting on the bash plate. I thought it would be dirtier. So just let it drain for a little bit. It's quite a bit of oil. It's a big bike, so it does use up a lot of oil. And I'm going to use this sort of wrench to kind of get into it. It's a K&N, and it's coming off. I expect this is the part that's going to get the bash plate much dirtier than it should be. So it's already kind of pouring onto that bash plate. And it seems like I can't get it out because of the bash plate. I'm going to go ahead and start removing that bash plate. I can move this down, and hopefully I can squeeze the filter off. And there we go. Perfect. But that's kind of ingenious. The bash plate is kind of going down like this. So I guess to get to the front filter, you just have to remove the first bolts here and lowers it. And it lowers in such a way that the oil will drain on both sides, so you don't really have to remove the bash plate completely to change it. And that's a pretty well thought out feature. Make sure you kind of lube the sides of the filter, and oil filters should be hand tight. A lot of people over tighten them because it's going to get tighter as you ride. Place your crush washers on these, and they're fairly easy to reach. This is the oil I'll be using. It's Shell Rotella T6. I've used these for years now on my bikes. I know that a lot of people, it's a personal taste when it comes to oils. For me, as long as it works for a motorcycle, and this Shell Rotella diesel car oil works really well. Your fill is here, and of course you will need a funnel. It's very difficult to fill this up. And there's also a filler sight glass right over there, and you'll use that to see how much. I forgot how much this takes, but I usually go by the sight glass. Let's put the cap. We're going to start the bike. Let it run for a few seconds. So I ran the bike for just a few seconds. I'm going to let it sit for about 2 minutes, then I'm going to check the level. Bike is ready. I got a new front tire, new rear tire, new oil change. The next thing up is the shaft drive oil. Just put this piece of cardboard here, because what usually happens is that the oil will go into your wheel. So this kind of helps a little bit. Loosen this bottom bolt. That's it. Incredible how clean this oil is, but it doesn't take a lot of this oil, so we might as well change it. There we go. 6 millimeter up here. Just let that drain for a bit, and then we're going to fill it back up. I'm just going to tighten it up, and you can cut it in such a way, but you just kind of squeeze it in there. All right. I think that's pretty much it. It does not take very much. Right, so it doesn't drip anymore, and you're just going to tighten this bolt, 6mm. Oh, there's the bike. Brand new front and rear tires, and shaft drive oil, engine oil. This bike is ready to go for another few thousand miles. You know, I like to change the oil often on my bikes, and usually with tires though, like I like to make sure I extend their life. That's why I'm considering the dark side tire for this bike after I run through this tire. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'm going to see you in the next video.
Not so fast, you ingrates! Public news team is taking a break from its pledge drive to kick some ass. No commercials, no mercy!
Kind of stuck here. The cops won't bother me.